A very good evening to you, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Q8 Pilot channel. It is 1700 Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Today's been a tough day since the morning here in Kuwait, and we had to go and bear the continuous explosions, the sound of explosions all day here in Kuwait, which is a bit of a it was tell you since the beginning of this conflict in the Middle East. Today has been probably the most stressful day. We lost a lot of sleep, definitely, over hearing the sirens and the explosions that shook my house, literally. But we are all in one piece, thank God. And so want to welcome all of you guys in chat. Go Solar, and we have Jamal. Welcome aboard. Boeing Corp. Mike from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome aboard, my friend. Long time no see. Carl Childers. Wow, a rare occurrence for you here in chat. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you are well. Rand Cooley, hello, my friend. The dedicated Rand Cooley. How are you doing, my friend? Flyby, welcome aboard. Hello, Stan. Welcome aboard. I hope you are okay. And looks like we have the full house of mods. Dougal McTavish, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you. I'm very sorry that you're feeling unwell, and you're always in my prayers, Dougal. Sorry to hear that. I hope you recover, my friend, and that you feel better. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. And today we are going to be taking a flight today from Italy to France aboard this excellent Toliss A330-900. This is probably the ultimate Airbus experience when it comes to the A330. Really a beautiful aircraft that has been very carefully crafted, textured, modeled, and in terms of the system simulation, probably second to none in terms of the system simulation. And of course, we are using the Studio box sound pack for this aircraft today to enjoy the engine sounds. It's got really beautiful engine sounds, so we're going to get to check them out today. Of course, we're using map enhancement as well today in this flight for extra immersion. One thing I want to show you, that there is a folk that has made a full video on it, but let me very quickly show you, in addition to the tutorial that I've done on live traffic, I just want to show you here that you can now, in the settings menu, if you have Navigraph, you can enable it, and you can actually get live traffic from Radar 24 with just ticking this option here. And then, as you can see here, is actually serving 21 aircrafts. Very, very easy. Just select this, authorize your Navigraph account, and you'll have the Flight Radar 24 live traffic in X-Plane 12. In my opinion, this really renders everything else obsolete, because this is a free solution with Navigraph, and even if you do not have Navigraph, you can always use OpenSky and the other sources for live traffic. So today we are going to, let me just go very quickly here and bring up Navigraph charts. We are currently at Rome, and we are going to be departing Rome today, runway 34 left through the Zeno 7 Mike departure. We're going to be cruising at 36,000 feet, heading over to Marseille in France, and arriving at runway 31 through the Lank 1 Golf arrival. Should be a fun flight, just under 1 hour, about 58 minutes of airtime today. So let's get this bird ready for our departure. One thing you'll notice is that Toliss has brought in, this is something they told me, the team at Toliss, when they did the Toliss Aerosoft aircraft for Microsoft Flight Sim, that they are going to be unifying all the EFBs now, and this is going to be how it looks on all these. Actually, we can download the We can download the operation flight plan. So this is going to be the de facto electronic flight bag for Toliss. This is how it's going to look. I hope they improve it in the future, but it is functional. I will say that. And the cockpit looks pretty much the same. Maybe a little bit of enhancement in terms of the textures, but everything else looks good. This aircraft is seriously optimized for performance. So we are here getting about 70 FPS. So very, very optimized for performance. And one of the aircraft that I really like flying in the sim, one of the best fly-by-wire implementation available for Airbus aircraft in flight sim. So my live traffic is giving me very old liveries and inaccurate airlines sometimes using IVO model matching. You can always use the Bluebell models as well. We can now get to the, let's do the quick check here. So we're going to make sure that the parking brake is set and the engine start selector on normal. Both engine switches are in the off position and the thrust lever is in idle detent. The landing gear is down. We're going to head over to the overhead panel. We're going to make sure both wipers are in the off position. We're going to make sure that we have more than 25 volts of power here. And we can now turn on battery 1 and battery 2. APU battery is on. External power is on. You gotta love those sounds. Cruise supply on, ground control on, and we're gonna come here, set the ADIRS to nav mode. Okay, coming down here, strobes go to auto and nav lights on. We're gonna come here and arm the emergency light, and no electronic devices are on. Fasten seatbelt signs are on, and we're gonna come here and turn on all the fuel pumps. We're going to very quickly here test the APU and test the engine fire test as well. Everything checks okay. We're going to go up here to the engineer station, make sure there are no white lights, and which there aren't, so we are good to go. And everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. Perfect. Okay, so we are good here. So we are going to increase the brightness of the displays here a little bit. Upper ECAM, lower ECAM, and the MUCDO. And we'll do the same thing on the first officer's side. There we go, much better. Excellent. And we have everything here set up and ready. All right, so now time for us to download the electronic flight bag. And now this works exactly like the Toliss A330. In fact, they have brought this change now to all of the Toliss fleet. So now you can have all of these now in the Toliss aircraft: the A319, 20, 21, the A330, and the A340. Wow, you've got the whole lineup except for the A318. Okay, so now we're going to check that all the switches here are on normal. And we are going to remove this here, make sure that the radios are on, which they are. And we're going to check the first officer's side as well. And the cabin door is locked. So we are good to go. Okay, so let's bring up the MCDU. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to go first. We're going to again follow the flow is the diff strip flow, which is the data, init alpha, flight plan, radio, init bravo, and then performance. Okay, not sure if mentioned before, but I recently discovered there's a full motion 737NG sim located just 4.5 miles from my house. Ooh, wow, very cool. Would love to, would love to see pictures if you ever make it there, Dougal. Go solar, please. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you are well. Hello there, So Chateau. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. We're just watching your fly Jason stream of the 732. It looks great too. Fly using VOR only yet. I have done actually several tutorials on doing VOR to VOR with the fly Jason. which you can access through the channel. Just type FlyJSim VOR to VOR or FlyJSim VOR on YouTube, and you should get it. Okay, so data is good. Let's go to init alpha, and we're going to request the flight plan. And this works very, very well. By the way, this aircraft fully supports CPDLC, and you can use it with Hoppy. Now we're just going to wait just a little bit, and you can see that the aircraft's been loaded. We are Air Italia 336, 206 passengers, cost index is 10, and the cruise altitude today is 36,000 feet. So the only thing we need to do here is go and select our departure. So we are going to select the departure, which is a 3-4 left. I had to change this right before the flight. And it's the Zeno 7 Mike. Zeno 7 Mike departure. There we go. And the transition is the Pod 9 Echo. So we're going to insert that. Perfect. So we've got all of that information, and our arrival today is, if I go here to the arrival, it's going to be 31 right. So this is 31 right, and let's just very quickly here go to the app, approach, and let's look at 31 right. Zulu, there is, all right, so we're going to go with the Zulu, 31 Yankee, ILS 31, no, that's 31 right, 31 right Zulu, that's the one there. And then the star is the Lank 1 Golf, that's the one. Okay, there is no transition, so we're going to say insert, and we're going to go through, let me just put this on plan. There we go. Let me bring this up here as well. And we can now cycle through just to make sure there are no discontinuities. There's the top of climb, the top of descent. And let's take a look here. Lanco, Gimco, Resix, decel. And we have a nice, so that's the center fix. And then the final fix for 31 right. There are no discontinuities. All is good. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to put this here like that. Looks like there is some funny things going on here. So let me just go very quickly here and go to the flight plan. Looks like there is a hold here at RF08. So we can actually fly direct to, upon departure, we can just select RF802 and fly direct there. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the radio. Radio is good. We're going to go to the progress page. We're going to enter our destination, which is LFML, and it is runway 31 right, and insert that there. Excellent. That's about 320, it's about 340 something, 325 nautical miles. So that's good. Excellent. We're going to go back now to init Bravo. So we'll go to the next page. We have all the information already set up for us. So now we can go to performance, and we can go to the takeoff data and request the data. There we go. And we'll just wait for the data to become available. We can remove that now from here. Excellent. Looks like the takeoff data has been received. This is not correct. We're going to go maximum takeoff. All right. Well, we're just going to insert this information here. So flaps 1 up 2.8, flex temperature F72, and all is good here. Perfect. Okay, so we have all the information there set up, and now we have the flight plan ready. Excellent stuff. And now we can start the APU. So APU start here, and we can start the APU once the flap is open, which it is. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Right, so we're starting the, we're going to put this on perf. So we have the takeoff data there. Excellent. We'll switch this back to map. There we go. And we're going to put constraints here. We're going to set our altitude to 36,000 feet. Okay, I've got a good afternoon to you, Drew Stone 77. Welcome, my friend. Is that Aviasym close to you? They expect to have 18 of their sims in the US by the end of the year. Ooh, pretty cool. I've got a hard username to pronounce. You can call me Norit. All right, Norit. Thank you very much, my friend. Hello there, Mr. Valero is in the house. Welcome aboard. I almost missed it. Yesterday, I arrived from my holiday in Japan. Ooh, wow. How was Japan? That's very nice. Yeah. All right. So APU is available now. So we can turn on the APU bleed. Turn off external power. Okay. Perfect. Alignment in 1 minute. We are going to come here. And let's see, we want to remove the chocks and remove the ground power. Cabin, we're going to say arm doors and cross check. Okay, perfect. And we're also going to come here and turn on the beacon lights in preparation for departure. We'll set the auto plaques to auto. And everything here looks good. We're just, all right. And here's our alignment. Perfect. The alignment is complete. We're going to start this clock here. Let me remove that. Okay, perfect. And everything here is set. Let's just make sure everything's good. Okay, so the only thing remaining now is our altimeter. So let's go to the weather. Nice weather today. Whoa, temperature. It's a bit warm there in Rome, but it's not as hot as it is here in Kuwait. Reached about 49 Celsius today. So very, very hot. All right, so 1011. 1011. Right, 1011. Okay, all set and we're ready to go. And we can now push out of our position and we'll be on our way shortly. All right, so let's go ahead and better push back, start push.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Okay, we are going to position the aircraft right here. I think that's fine.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, and the tow is driving up. Wow, very, very nice. Here's a look again with the Apple Maps. I find the Apple Maps to be much, much better than the Google Maps. They look really nice. Look at that. Again, this is a map enhancement. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. There we go. Oh, are you currently in Doha, Mr. Valero?
Okay, all doors and hatches
What
are
plugins
closed.
do you recommend for
Ready to
X-Plane
connect.
12? I'm coming from MSFS, so unfamiliar with the sim. I highly recommend that you check out my free add-ons for X-Plane. There's 20 free add-ons that I recommend that you get, and they are all compiled for you in a very short 5-minute video or so. Look at this aircraft, guys. Look at how beautiful it is. Very, very cool. Right, aircraft's being lifted. There we go.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, here we go.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
And we have the clearance to start our engines. Now, this is something you guys really want to pay very close attention to because the engine sounds are superb. All right, we're going to start with engine number 2. Levers are not idle. Oh. Okay. There we go. All right, now it's starting. There we go. Those engine sounds. Wow. Did you guys hear that? Absolutely beautiful sounds. All right, let's go and start the engine number 1. Yes, I do use X camera.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Those engine sounds are just amazing. Let me just, I'm just gonna give it a little throttle just to, I'll leave the brakes on, just listen to the sounds.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Pretty cool, huh? Those engine sounds are really, really nice. Okay. So we're all good here. Let me go ahead and turn on APU bleed off, APU off, engine start switch to normal. We're going to set flaps 1. So there we go, flaps 1. Arm the speed brakes. And we're going to put the auto brake on max. We're going to come over here and turn on the taxi lights. Is this Etihad? Yes, it is. Why is this guy just coming straight on us like that? Maybe that's his parking spot. That's the only immersion breaker, I think, in live driving. Look at that. Looks like he's done a really hard landing, this guy, so yeah. All right. So here we are. That's our runway right over there. All right, so parking brake released. Yeah, that was his spot right there. those wings are really, really nice on the A330. My son likes the A330 of all the Airbuses. It's his favorite as well. Okay, there we go. Egypt Air just arrived. Wow, look at this. X-Plane is looking absolutely fantastic, guys. Speaking of immersion, wow, the engine sounds are so nice. Yeah. All right, there we are, all looking good here. There is a setting in the line traffic to avoid the close collisions. Yeah, there might be, yeah. I think it says remove the aircraft ahead of you, something like that. Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't save, though. I'm sure I've said it before, but for some reason it's gone. Yeah, definitely Stan. It's really looking great, guys. I mean, X-Plane is really looking fantastic. And I just really find myself always drawn to flying an X-Plane, even when I'm just, you know, flying casually, like offline and, you know, just really enjoying flying. I find flying with X-Plane to be very, very rewarding. All right, let's cabin crew cease for takeoff, please. There's the hold short for runway 31. All right, let's turn on the weather. Auto, everything here is good. Everything here is good, perfect. And that is our turn right there. Those engine sounds are amazing. Really, really nice. All right, here we go. Strobes on. Nose light to takeoff. Landing lights on. Runway turnoff lights on. And let's go ahead and start the clock. PCAS. TARA. Cabin is ready. That aircraft just vacated the runway, so we're good to go. Manflex 72 SRS and runway. Went up to V1. Was there a tail strike? Well, I wanted to do a flyby as we departed, so pause rate, gear up. Wow. Tell me X-Plane doesn't look great. Wow. Thrust climb is set. Autopilot 1 engaged. Wow. Just beautiful, guys. Speed check, flaps up. I am using the Soundbox F-Mod sounds. I didn't actually know that I had it. Oops, that's too loud. So I went, I was actually going to purchase it. And then once I logged into my account, I saw that I actually had it. So I was actually happy to see that I had it. So there we go. Let's set this to 40. Constraints are on, so we can check out the constraints. 4,000, 5,500 here. And then we should be good. Okay, perfect. We're going to maintain 250 knots below 10,000 feet. And our flight today is over the ocean for the most part. Let's turn on the terrain radar right here. There we go. Terrain radar, that's already set to 40. And weather is on this side. I think we have clear weather today, but I think the arrival is going to be a little bit tricky. But we'll deal with that once we are there. That beeping sound really had me looking for it in my yeah, it's the beacon light. I think it's I think one of these buttons, if you click it, I think it's this one. One of these, if you click it, it goes away. So. The marker, there you go. That's the marker switch. This one here, if you click that off, then you won't get that beeping. So we'll leave it on for now, and if it comes on again, then we'll turn it off. All right, Barrow standard. Standard, there we go. Looking good here. We're gonna put the seatbelt sign on auto. And all is looking good. Captain Ray, hello, my friend. Is this the stock weather and scenery? The weather is stock. The scenery is SimHeaven plus map enhancement. So I've been faithfully using both of these add-ons for X-Plane. I think it works really, really well. So I have been using both of them. Let's see here, traffic selector. Yeah, we don't actually have anything right now here in the display, so you won't see it. So yeah, I've been using both of them, and they work really, really well. Do you use weather mods for getting better clouds? Nope, I use the default. I'm still not a fan of Toliss textures. It just feels like they could do so much better. I will have to agree with you, though the external is fine. It's not as bad. But yeah, I agree with you there on the texturing. I think they can do much, much better, or even better, just get it to one of those really skilled livery makers and tell them, hey, can you do the textures for us? Incidentally, the A319, 20, and 21 have a beautiful cockpit. The textures are actually not as bad as this, but yeah, this one needs a lot of work to make it look grand, to make it look realistic. It is an immersion breaker when the cockpit doesn't look good. The textures are not all that great. So Internal's hard to read. Okay. Good flight, Brazil. Hey, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome from Brazil. Has map enhancement fixed stutters? I haven't had any stutters with map enhancement. So there is an option. Let me very quickly show you here in map. I'm not sure if I can go to the settings. I think I can. Okay, so let me just show you something here. So I don't have that. Which one? Okay. Reload. Okay. So this option here, if you see this preload, this option actually, while it may consume resources, it's actually very, very good in terms of stuttering. So it says enabling preloading will preload the map 10 nautical miles ahead and 2 nautical miles wide in front of the aircraft for use when X-plane needs it. This will reduce sudden stuttering and the likelihood of blurry maps appearing. After enabling this feature, it will continuously load, so it will consume more CPU. So, if you have a high-end PC, I highly recommend that you turn this on because it will significantly enhance your experience in the sim. And as you can see here, throughout our flight thus far, we haven't had any stuttering. Now, we didn't have much textures loading because we are flying over the ocean. But at least when we were at the airport, we did not have any stuttering whatsoever. Also, one of the things I noticed when it comes to stuttering, when I use the Apple Maps, I get absolutely no stuttering whatsoever. They load very nice. From the visual perspective, they look much better, for one. And two, I don't experience any stuttering with them. With the Google Maps, on the other hand, I do get some stuttering sometimes. So that's just for you to test out and see if it works out for you. I see you are using the Apple Maps. Yes, I think those are the best. Yes, they are. They look great on departure. Absolutely, yeah. I highly recommend that you use the Apple Maps when flying in X-plane. They look much, much better. And by the way, they look absolutely stunning when flying over mountainous areas. It just looks... It's jaw-dropping. It looks really, really good. And performance isn't affected. So I'm not sure if the TLS cockpit brightness enhancement option is turned off as it causes abnormal cockpit exposure. It might, yeah. Sorry if I have mistaken in my... I just from Kazakhstan and I recently learned English. Well, welcome aboard. No worries at all, my friend. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you with us in this live stream. So, all right. So we are at 22,000 feet. We are climbing. Everything's looking good here. 10 minutes into our flight, and all systems are operational. So I was going to ask you guys if you want me to simulate engine fire before our arrival today, just to kind of spice things up. Let's first take a look at the weather at our arrival airport. So if we look here, oof, look at that, 13 knot crosswind. And imagine we have an engine fire. That would be some serious, a very serious approach into Marseille. So yeah, it looks like we have 13 knot crosswind, 8 knot headwind. So yes, engine fire. Okay, so we will set up the engine fire right before our arrival. So let me go to... Now, I'm not very familiar with the engine fire checklist here. Let me just very quickly take a look here. The bleeds is... this one is open. Ram air, we don't need that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to first consult the flight plan. So let's go here and see what is our platform altitude today. And it looks like the platform altitude is perhaps 2,000, 3,000 feet. Let's double check. 3-1 right, 3-1 right, 3-1 left, 3-1 right, and we picked, I believe, 3-1 right, Zulu. All right, so let's click there. All right, so that's us right there, and it's 2,000 feet. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to come down here to the failure scenario. We're going to say add new fault. We're going to select, let's see here, engine 1. And we're going to say fail. No, we want engine fire. So hot start, no, hot fire. All right, so engine 2 fire. And we're going to select at an altitude. So we're going to select the altitude to be, how about 10,000 feet, right? So 10,000, no, we'll make it at exactly 5,000 feet. All right, and we'll say apply now. And now if we go to the full scenario, we have engine 2 fire at altitude 5,000. It should trigger the fire. And I hope I don't forget about it. All right. So this is our top of climb. So at our descent, once we are at 5,000 feet, we will experience an engine fire. And that should exacerbate the approach as we arrive, because the weather is quite bad. 14 knot now. Winds 14 knot crosswind. Visibility is good though, so that's good. And the temperature is 32 Celsius, a bit cooler than Rome in Marseille, but still quite warm. So humidity 49%. Yeah, okay. So I think we're all set up now. And the only thing that remains is how we handle this engine fire at 5,000 feet. We have that set up. In fact, we can actually have the second engine also fail once we're closer to landing, but that might be a little too much. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Looks like we have again beautiful flying again in X-plane, and you can see the traffic there. We can see an aircraft flying. You can see the contrails. Very, very nice. Thank you for your incredible tutorial QA. Last week I downloaded the live traffic plugin using your tutorial, and it was very easy to follow. You have a real talent for explaining things clearly. Well, thank you very much, Jesse26. I appreciate that. You just made my day, my friend. Thank you very much. What's the route? You can get the route by typing !route. It will give you the route that we're flying today. But just for brevity, we are flying from Rome to Marseille. Hope they add an A330 CEO add-on soon. I'm actually fine with the aircraft as it is. With the current configuration, I think it's just fine. Welcome to Captain Jesse26. Thank you very much, sir, for your support. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support, sir. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Right. Nice. I watched your Fearless 747 today, and it was great. It did a whole flight from KMIA, is that Miami, to JFK. Wow, very nice. I'm glad that that the stream that I've done was helpful for you. And that's really what the channel is all about, guys. One thing, guys, I've been meaning to say is, I know I have been telling you that I have found more time, to do more content. But I've been feeling burnout from work. Some of you may already know that I have started my own business, and So officially, we have now incorporated the business here in Kuwait. So I am, of course, the founder and managing director. I do have 3 partners with me, but I am the managing partner of the company. So that has been really taking a lot of my time. I also have my daughter, who I've been, finishing up all her paperwork and her student visa for the UK. She's going to go study business there. So I've been occupied with that. In addition to that, we've had workers here at the house doing some renovations. So I literally have had my hands full the last couple of months. But what I can tell you for sure is that you can bet on content, weekly content. I will try to increase it to 2, maybe a video and a live stream, but you can always bet on something on Saturday. I will try to, enhance that with something on Tuesdays so that at least I'm not away from you guys for so long. So we'll see. We'll see. But definitely Saturday is definitely going to be there. This is the best simulated A330neo out there. And if you have the F-Mod pack, it's 10 out of 10 to fly. Yeah. Captain, you have a new version of OpenSAM. No, I'm not using OpenSAM. Are you a real pilot, or what do you do for a living? Well, I am not a real world pilot. I have been working in the private sector. I hold a degree in computer science and a minor in mathematics. I've been working in the banking industry for the last 26 years and finally decided to open my own business doing consultancy for artificial intelligence and what have you. You're from the UK and moved to Kuwait? No, I am a Kuwaiti national. But my daughter's going to go and study in the UK. Okay. So let's take a look. TD is in 100 nautical miles, so good time for us to start putting in the data. So let's go to the next phase. Next phase. All right. So we're going to go to Navigraph here, and we're going to note the QNH, which is 1010. And the temperature in Marseille is 32 Celsius, quite warm. And the wind's 250-14. Wow, that's a lot. 214. Present altitude is 5,000. And let's see. Decision height 300. And we're good here. Okay, so we have all the information. Ooh, Rand Cooley just did it again, ladies and gents. 5 Q8 pilot memberships. Thank you so much, Rand. That's very, very kind of you. That's like, I think, 5 streams in a row that you've been given those, those gifts. So thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate it, Rand. If you've received a gifted membership, please be sure to thank Rand for it. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Sam, I've heard things pretty bad in parts of Kuwait right now. Hope you are safe, buddy. DM me and keep me posted. I will do that, Dougal. Yeah, today was really the worst day since this conflict has started. We've had, of course, loss of life. We've had injuries throughout this conflict. But today, they've hit the desalinization plant, one of the electricity stations, and there were some injured individuals as well. So, since early hours in the morning, we've had the sirens go off and the sound of explosions. The house was shaking, and it's been a very stressful day. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted. Posted on what's going on. We are safe, thank God. So I can only thank God for His protection and for keeping us all safe. I am here with my daughter. My other daughter is in New Zealand. She's continuing her medical school. And then my son and wife are in the UK, so they are safe there. But I am here with my second or third daughter. So she is the last of my girls. And then my son is not here, so yeah. So yeah, it's been a very nerve-wracking experience. It's been really, really bad, guys. Really, really bad. So, and of course, you know, you worry about other things, but you know what to do. What to do. Okay, let's take a quick flyby here. Look at X-Plane 12, ladies and gents. Now that looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nice. Look at the contrails. Look at the sky color. Everything just looks fantastic. All right, let's not get carried away. I think we are close to top of descent. Yeah, all right. No, 72 nautical miles. Okay. So we're good there. Very, very nice. Q8, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Flight Factor A350 version 2? It'll be really interesting to see Toliss systems and Flight Factor modeling on the same aircraft. Absolutely. I really am very, very excited about that. Yesterday at Doha, we had 2 bombing warnings and had to take refuge. Yeah, I heard. It was all over the place, man. Sam, I'm from Kazakhstan. That's middle of Asia, one of our biggest countries by area, but the country population of just 22 million. Wow, that's still a lot more than Kuwait. What are you more excited for? If Flight Factor, quite frankly, I am more excited for the 350 Flight Factor A350 version 2. So I do like the 787 a lot, but the A350, being an aircraft developed in collaboration with Toliss, it's really going to be something special, I think. So it's going to have the depth of the systems in terms of the simulation, and I think it's going to have beautiful visuals as well. So, very, very excited about the A350. We also have Mamdou. Glad to have you with us, or Mamadou. Sorry, Mamadou. Glad to have you with us. I just kind of saw that you're with us here in chat. Okay, so if we look here, we are 55 nautical miles from top of descent, and look at this beautiful area here. Again, with map enhancement, it just looks fantastic. Really, really nice. Look at the mountain tips there. Looks so nice. Let's switch to the outside. Look at that. Wow. What do you know? Wow. Absolutely epic. So nice. Do you speak Arabic as well? Well, of course, it's my mother language. Wow, guys, look at the mountain tips there. That's what I was talking about when you use Apple Maps. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It looks so real. Very, very nice. Yeah. That looks just fantastic. I really like the clouds in X-Plane. In fact, the clouds in X-Plane look a lot more realistic than the clouds in Microsoft Flight Sim, especially from a distance. And during different, times of the day, they just remain to look very realistic, and they just really give a very immersive look to the sim. This is really, really nice, guys. Really nice. Let's go here. Look at that wing view. Wow. Very, very cool. You know, I had to, as much as I like Aura X and as much as I like what it does and how easy it is, for any beginner who, setting up X camera can be a little bit daunting and can require some learning curve, but I removed Aura X because I am very accustomed to using X camera, and I have all my keyboard buttons mapped to the X camera functions. So yeah, I went back to using X camera. All those years of waiting for X-Plane clouds to not look like cotton balls, and now like the real thing. Absolutely, Stan. Absolutely. I didn't know we have Apple Maps in X-Plane. Yeah, we do. Through map enhancement. They look gorgeous. As a matter of fact, I think that map enhancement works much better with X-Plane than with Microsoft Flight Sim. Because Microsoft Flight Sim has, this Bing Maps, so it overrides them. But I think it works much better with X-Plane because X-Plane by default has very terrible mesh. And I think it just really takes X-Plane to the next level. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at that. I mean, this looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks so realistic. Those mountain tips are just gorgeous. Really, really nice. All right. Back in the cockpit, we are approaching top of descent, 25 nautical miles. Let me reset the MCP altitude. We're going to set it to 2,000 feet, which is our platform altitude. And remember, guys, that we have set up today an engine fire simulation, which is going to happen a little later on during our flight. And once we do that, I'll see if I can remember what to do. I think it displays everything here. It tells you what to do. But let me remember where the bottles are. So we have that. So that's engine fire. That's Agent 1 and Agent 2. And that's Agent 1. All right. Which one? Do you guys remember which one we said? Was it Engine 1 or I think Engine 1, right? Engine 2. Engine 2 is gonna be on fire. All right. So that's Engine 2 right there. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna have an engine fire today, and we also have 14 knot crosswind, which is going to exacerbate our, the difficulty of this approach. But then it should push also my piloting skills to the limit. So let's see how things pan out in the end. What manufacturer do you find the easiest to fly planes from? I'm not sure I understand the question. Manufacturer. You mean like Boeing versus Airbus, or are you referring to like hardware, specific hardware like Thrustmaster and Virtual Fly? This is no biggie for you. Well, we're gonna find out very, very sooner rather than later. We'll see what happens. Boeing or Airbus, I guess. Okay, so personally, I like Boeing more than I like Airbus, so I'm more of a Boeing guy than I am an Airbus guy. The reason being that I feel that the Airbus is a little bit too automated for my liking, and I don't like the stick. So this here is not for me. It feels like, you know, you're playing a video game when you're flying an Airbus. I do have the Thrustmaster side stick, the Airbus side stick. I much enjoy the flight yoke though, and generally speaking, I like Boeing aircraft. But yeah, I mean that's my preference, of course. So we are 5 nautical miles now from top of descent. We can actually begin the descent now, and we shouldn't be very long before we reach Marseille, or Marseille. Marseille, is it Marseille? All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and begin the descent. There we go. No, we don't want open descent. We want nav descent. There we go. Nav descent, and we have now started the descent towards Marseille, and we should be able to make it to our destination on time. We're going to turn on the landing system on both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and select auto brake medium. And we will monitor the aircraft now as we approach our destination. We're out of 36,000 for 2,000. How is the night lighting in Apple? It looks fantastic. It looks really good. And because I'm using the Bay Nightlight mod version 2, I turn off the night lighting in map enhancement, so I turned that off. And I'm also, of course, using SimHeaven, so I do not install the overlays from map enhancement because I'm using SimHeaven. So you have to have one or the other, but you cannot have both. They will eventually override one another, and you might run into conflicts as well. So my recommendation is if you're using SimHeaven, do not install the overlays from map enhancement. To use the FMod sound pack, I can't decide if I'm going to buy it or not. Yes, I am using the FMod sound pack for this aircraft. It's called the Sound Box, I believe. It's not the Mango Studio, it's the other one. All planes will go over to flight stick eventually. I hope that doesn't happen, Dougal, but I hear you, my friend. I mean, hopefully, you know, we won't have a, you know, I don't know if it's gonna come, but by today's standards, I think everything is possible. But imagine, guys, you know, one of my colleagues at work, one of my partners was, you know, we were talking about, you know, AI and, you know, the how AI is going to change the world. And one of the interesting questions he asked, he said, do you think that AI will take over flying? And I said, I think that a lot of parts of, you know, the aviation industry will be controlled by artificial intelligence in the future, but will it ever replace having a pilot on board? I don't think that's going to happen. I think having a human on board, even if the aircraft literally does everything, is essential. One of the other interesting things that we were talking about is the subscription model, and you know, one of the guys who is an expert in the automobile industry was really telling us about a very interesting concept. Now, according to him, he said, guys, in about 10 to 15 years, car manufacturing, or actually not car manufacturing, but the way we buy cars today will no longer exist. there will be no showrooms selling cars. What's going to happen, it's going to be a subscription based. So basically, you're going to subscribe to a tier, the tier that you want. For example, let's say tier 1 is the luxury cars, tier 2 like a step below, and then there is a tier for the sports cars, and you'll find these cars parked everywhere. And what you'll do is subscribe to a tier, and every time you want to go somewhere, you just go, and according to the tier, you have an ID that will identify you, unlock the car for you, you sit in the car and drive away, and maybe the car will drive you. And that's how the automobile industry will be shaped in the future. Everything will be subscription based, tier based, and you just pay whatever you want for the type of car or the type of tier that you want. And this guy's been in the automotive industry for over 35 years, and he knows what he's talking about, obviously. But I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's going to happen? I mean, are we going to really have no showrooms to sell cars? Could be. I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah. All right. Let's just take a quick look here. Don't you take my Beetle away. Yeah, those are really classic cars. Stan, my dad, his very first car was a Volkswagen Beetle. But that was a 1950 something. Let me think. Maybe 1960, 1958, 1960, something like that. I doubt it. I think people are too greedy and will still choose to own their cars. That might be the case, yeah. They already have services like that already with scooters, bikes, etc. Just find one and get on. Yeah, we do have them here as well in Kuwait, in select places. But quite honestly, I don't know. It's a plausible concept, but we'll see what happens. One thing for sure, which is an astonishing number, guys. In the next 5 years, only 5, 70 million jobs will completely disappear. But in turn, 170 million jobs will be created. And those jobs will be AI related. So if you are not if you're not using AI, and I mean using AI, not just, using it for search, but if you're not really employing AI in the work that you do for productivity, you're going to be left behind. That is a fact. That is an established fact. And I know in flight sim, while the community is very they've made a very strong stance against AI. They think it's low effort. Don't use it for thumbnails. Don't use it in your videos. This and that. And the minute you use AI, everybody just attacks you. The fact of the matter is, we are actually now seeing AI being used in flight simulation in very useful ways. For example, say intentions beyond ATC. There are several other like instructor-based plugins or software that uses AI, and those are actually working very well. So, hello, David White from California. It's been a while, my friend. How are you doing, my friend? So definitely AI is going to be everywhere, guys, and it is my wholehearted recommendation that if you haven't, that you actually start using AI in your daily life, because the most, by the way, the jobs that are most threatened are the jobs that are behind the desk. So programmers, accountants, those are the people that are going to be affected the most. Now, people with skills like, like for example, surgeons, carpenters, electricians, those are less, threatened by AI, because it is something physical that needs to be done. It's before long, I know that before long they will have robots to do these things. I know Tesla has made quite a stride in developing robots that are, that actually help us around the house. But yeah, things are maturing. It will take time, but it's best that, if you're a good accountant and you employ AI, you're going to be a much more productive accountant. And if you don't use AI, whoever uses AI will become a much better accountant than you are. So it's a must. All right, enough about AI, and let's see what you guys are saying. I'm excited to see what St. Tensions will come out with in the future. Yeah, their system is quite advanced, and the last flight that I did, it actually is working very, very well now. It works really, really well. Whenever I need a new app or any hobby, flight sim instructor, I work with AI to create it perfect. It was the same mindset when email was in its early days. Exactly, Stan. Exactly. Yeah. Been watching all your Explain 12 videos. I'm fairly new to it. Been MSFS for some time. Thanks for making the videos very helpful. Well, thank you, sir, for your comment of encouragement. I really appreciate it. And it really is what keeps me going. Soon we'll have AI chips in our heads, and it'll be AI talking to another AI. We'll just be that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I just started flying in Explain from SFS. I was wondering between Auto Ortho and XP Map Enhancement, which one is better for free? I know Map Enhancement has a subscription. Okay, so the subscription option is just for the different map types that you want. It works out of the box with Google Maps, Bing Maps for free. But from a setup perspective, I find Map Enhancement to be much, much better than Auto Ortho. Auto Ortho also requires an additional token thing to be installed. So the setup requires some learning curve. I have them both. And in terms of performance, by the way, I find that Map Enhancement is much better than Auto Ortho at the initial load up times. So with Auto Ortho, oh my gosh, it just takes hours sometimes to load, a very involved scenery. It takes like 20 minutes sometimes. With Map Enhancement, I haven't had that issue at all. So in all honesty, Map Enhancement is the way to go for satellite imagery inside Explain. After getting hands on the Flight Factor products, Hot Start, Fly JSIM, I can't fly Toliss no more. Really? Oh, wow. I wonder why. From watching your vids, you've taught me a lot, including how to fly Boeing VNAV and how to fly the Airbus A330. Well, I'm very glad to hear that, sir. Thanks. I'll be sure to check it out. But yeah, absolutely. All right. So we are approaching 19,000 feet, and we are close to our destination now. Let's take a quick look here at the outside. Here, guys, take a look at those beautiful textures here as we arrive into France. Very, very nice. Those Apple maps are just great. Yeah, without a doubt. They look really, really good, I have to say. Yeah, I do like this livery. I like Italy, generally speaking. Italy is a really, really nice country to visit. It's been a while since I've been there, but I really thoroughly enjoyed my my trip to Italy. I went to Rome, then Venice, Florence, Padova, Genoa, is that right? It was a really fun time, full of history, and I love history. I love museums. I love history. So it was really a very rewarding experience visiting Italy. All right. So here we are. Let me go to live traffic and see if we can find. Let's see, weather advanced. Message font scaling. Let's see, I don't know where that option is located. Miscellaneous. I'm trying to find that option that allows me to remove the aircraft that are in front of me. Can't find it. Oh well, that's okay. The last thing we're gonna want is, is an aircraft on the runway when we have an engine fire. So, yeah. I would probably agree with you there, the aviation gamer. The Flight Factor 777 version 2 is just amazing. Just really, really an amazing aircraft. And one of the nice things in this aircraft is that they've built it for, the avid flight simmer who wants to really fly this aircraft in accordance with its real world operating procedures. But they've made it simple enough for a beginner, someone just starting with flight simulation, to also fly the aircraft and enjoy it just as much. So I think the aircraft, in all of the streams, by the way, that I've done, I've barely scratched the surface of what the aircraft really offers in terms of simulation. It's probably one of the most advanced and probably the best 777 simulation in a flight sim to date. Of course, it is not as polished, maybe, as the Hot Start Challenger 650, which, in my opinion, remains to be the single most complex study-level simulation of an aircraft in any flight sim. Is just really the Challenger 650 by Hot Start is still, until this very day, unmatched by any other add-on. It is complete, and it is detailed. One thing that I have, actually two things I have on the Hot Start Challenger 650. One, the interior textures could use some work, okay, to be completely honest. And the second thing is that the price is way out of league for a lot of people. It's very, very expensive, $124. Now, it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, it's worth the money. But I think if they actually bring the price down, I think they will have a lot more sales. It's a great aircraft developed by a great developer, someone who stands behind his product, continuously updated, and provides good support for for his customers. So all in all, yeah, it is by far the very best. Plugins Live Aircraft Display. Plugins Live Graphic. Aircraft displayed. Hide aircraft ahead. Thank you very much for that. All right, so that hides the aircraft ahead. Thank you. They'll also get an engine fire. To use Carda mod for the Toliss. Carda. What is that? No, I don't. I don't know what that is, to be honest. Yeah, we're all right. So we are at 12,000 feet. Remember that we are going to be simulating an engine fire today upon our arrival. Let's take a quick look at the outside. Again, look at those Apple Maps, guys. Wow. Gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. That is absolutely gorgeous. As we fly over France, make engine models for the A319-321. I don't think I've used it, no. Wow, those textures look absolutely fantastic. I mean, can you believe that this is actually X-Plane 12? Wow. Looks so good. Looks very, very nice. All right, 10,000 feet, landing lights on. All right, everything here is looking good. And before long, we are going to have an engine fire. So do you use Apple Maps globally then, or use different providers for different parts of the world? I use it globally. Carda engines are fantastic. Someone made a script to easily install if you don't have. I'll have to take a look at that. Need more streams on the Fly JSIM-8 for sure. No worries at all. Maybe we'll do it for the for our next stream. We'll have the -8. Great aircraft by Fly JSIM. I actually enjoy the Fly JSIM, the -8, more than I enjoy the 732 Classic. In all honesty, the -8 is just absolutely amazing aircraft. And Fly JSIM has done a really wonderful job with the aircraft. It's looking just so nice. Yeah. Look at this view, guys. Wow. Looks very, very nice. And those textures, they really make X-Plane look fantastic. Really. Now you'll get some anomalies here and there with the textures, but overall, you know, it works really, really well. I mean, it really completely revamps X-Plane. All right, we're getting closer now, and let me switch this to 20 nautical miles. Right, we do have our restrictions there, so there are a few restrictions. One here is at 5,000, which is the exact altitude when we expect to have an engine fire. And the transition altitude is 5,000. Altimeter is 1010, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. So, yes, 1010. Okay. I love the -8 and my most favorite one to fly. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is a really fantastic aircraft. Very, very nice aircraft. Hello, France. And to be exact, hello, Marseille. We're almost there now, folks. As you can see here, there are a few turns. And we are approximately, then we can actually see the localizer needle now. So that indicates that we're very close now to our destination. We are currently descending at about 240 knots. Everything is set up for our arrival. And we picked a nice time of the day to arrive. So we're not flying in real time, but only flying in real weather. Just so that we can enjoy the beautiful scenery. Nighttime is nice because you get to see the beautiful lights, but then, you know, you don't get to see the beautiful terrain here and all those beautiful textures that map enhancement gives you. How about that? Wow. Tell you guys, X-Plane is great. It's just great. All right. We're almost there, folks, and we're going to have an engine fire very soon as well. Is that an X camera view? No, that's default X-Plane. Shift and 1 gives you this slow cinematic view. All right, there's 5,000. We're going to start slowing down. There is a restriction at 5,000 as well. Let's go to 10 nautical miles. All right. Okay, speed check, flaps 1. Aha! And, ladies and gents, we are experiencing an engine fire. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Let's come here. Okay, so first, engine 2 lever goes to idle. So that's goes to idle. Engine master 2 off. Engine master 2 is off. And then engine fire, we're going to come here and we're going to push that. Okay. Agent 1. That's Agent 1. Right, we notified ATC. And land ASAP. Engine 2, if fire after 136. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, let's take a look here. Thrust lever move to auto throttle. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, so we don't need the second agent. Let's take a look here. Engine 2, shutdown, fuel imbalance, TCAS mode to TA. All right, so let's come here and set this to TA. All right, slot reader move. Okay, fuel imbalance monitor, X-bleed close. Right, X-bleed close. Pack 2 off. Pack flow high. Okay, and then we are good here. Okay. All right, so we want to now, we're going to go to approach. And we want to now monitor the aircraft. Wow, so we've lost an engine here. As you can see, this engine is totally inop. Okay, flaps 2. And we're going to select gear down. Speed check. And flaps full. Avoid icing conditions. Land ASAP. Cabin crew. Seats for landing. We're coming in a little bit fast.
1,000.
1,000. Let's disconnect and hand fly the aircraft. All right, my aircraft. That is a really nice approach. I can definitely feel the wind.
400. 100 above.
Wide slope.
Yeah, that's
Wide
fine.
slope.
300.
Wide slope.
Minimum.
Wide slope. Wide slope.
200.
Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide
100.
slope. Wide slope.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Reverse on one engine. Wow, very difficult to keep the... we forgot to arm our speed brakes. But that's okay. I had no choice. I couldn't wait for this Ryanair to clear, so... We are here in Marseille, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Marseille. We've made it. And we need, of course, normally we would stop here on the runway and wait for the emergency vehicles to come in, but today we are going to just simply taxi out. We're going to take a look at the landing in just a second here. All right, there we go. Let's take a look at our landing. It was fun to, you know, simulate engine fire.
Retard. 100. 200.
All right, there we go. I think right here so we can enjoy the scenery a little bit as well.
500.
Wow, look at that, guys. Look at X-Plane. There, you can see there's only one engine running here. Those engine sounds are amazing. Wow, that was pretty cool. You can see the reverser on one engine there. All right, let's do it a few more times just for the fun of it. All right, there we go. Wow, you gotta love X-Plane. So nice, isn't it? Let's do it again here. We'll do maybe a tower view or something. Let's see here. That's a control tower view of the crippled aircraft coming to land. Gotta do it one more time with the wing view, guys. So let's bring it back up here. And right there. Okay. Wow, look at X-Plane. Look at those beautiful buildings here. Default X-Plane Airport. Wow. Nice. Very, very cool. Lovely. Just lovely. All right. There we go. Let me switch back to the cockpit. Okay. All right. Taxi lights. Let's see here. It goes to taxi, runway turn off lights, strobe off, blinding lights off. And let's see here. Let's retract the flaps. Now, obviously, we have only one engine running. Wow, very nice. The default airports with the airport enhancement package really changes things a lot in this sim, and it makes things look really, really good. With map enhancement, again, you know, there's really no need to purchase scenery for X-Plane anymore. With the airport enhancement package, Just in time to catch your landing. That was fabulous. Thank you very much, TriStar. Appreciate it, my friend. Q8 is back. Probably best A3 rattling I have seen, sim or real life. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Right, here's the main terminal. Yeah, we probably bring the aircraft to a stop there. Bring our crippled plane. Stop it here. Okay. And parking brake is set. APU bleed is on. And we can now bring engine 1, turn that one off. And we'll wait here. We can turn off the taxi light. Okay, 7 and 5. Okay, we can turn off the beacon light now, and that is it. We can turn that off, and we're all good here. We made it safely to Marseille, despite the engine fire that we've had, and the what does it say here? Please install latest SAM library. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think I've removed the SAM library. So I think overall, guys, this was a really fun flight, and I think it really showcased X-Plane as well, with, you know, all the add-ons that really makes it look fabulous. That includes Sim Heaven, map enhancement, and of course the excellent Toliss aircraft. I'm of course also using the night mod, but we didn't the Bay's night light mod. Let me just show you what things look like with the Bay lights mod here, because I think it really looks good. So this is what Bay's night light mod version 2 does to X-Plane. As you can see, it really does change how the lighting looks. Even the runways, you can see the runways here from a distance, and you can see also the buildings here. They look really, really good. In fact, let me do this a bit darker here so you guys can see the lighting with the Bay Lights mod version 2. Looks really, really good. And the lighting within the airport looks fantastic. You can see the lighting here, the taxi lights, the tail light there on the aircraft. You can see the aircraft is disembarking now. So you can see the traffic as well here. So things look really, really good with, you know, with these add-ons. It really does make X-Plane look a lot better, you know, from all accounts, to be honest. So this was definitely an enjoyable stream. I really enjoyed being with you guys this evening. It really has helped me kind of change my mood. I was really very stressed out today from everything that's going on in this part of the world. So thank you for being with me, for really supporting the channel and supporting me. I really, really, truly appreciate it. I want to thank all of you for the support. Thank you, Rand, for the gifted Q8 Pilot membership. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time and for your patience. I know I have been away for about a week now, so thank you for that as well. Well, I will try to meet with you guys again on Tuesday. If that doesn't happen, then Saturday for sure. We're probably going to fly the Fly JSIM-8 based on one of you know, the requests from one of you fine people. So I will arrange for that during our next stream. But until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a lovely day. Stay safe, guys.